everyone, Darkside Phil here, and welcome to the weekend preview for August 5th, 2012. A lot to talk about, a lot to recap, and also to preview what I'll be doing this week. And again, some things that I've been mentioning a lot just to keep everyone in the loop and to remind everyone. So, pretty standard weekend preview. First, let's review what's been going on this past week. And so this past week, I ended my Mega Man X playthrough at Mega Man X6. Cut it short early because the game is horrendous. One of the worst, if not the worst, Mega Man game I've ever played in my life. Plays nothing like a Mega Man game. I have no idea where they were going with the series. What everyone's saying is that the series was actually supposed to end at Mega Man X5, and then they continued the series against the creators of Mega Man's wishes, simply because they wanted more money. And that's why the series really kind of got thrown for a loop and sucked ass during X6. So, it is what it is. I played as much as I could stand. I couldn't stand playing it for more than a couple hours, and that was where I ended my playthrough. But as a surprise, I actually did the Transformers Fall of Cybertron demo. I played not only the Decepticons and the Autobots single-player demo portions of the game, but also lots of online play. So check that out if you haven't yet. Definitely, I think it's something interesting that I hadn't scheduled, and a lot of people didn't know I was going to do it. And then, of course, this week has been the Grand Theft Auto Marathon. And I want to just say, I'm glad that I'm having fun playing the games while you guys are enjoying watching me play them. And the reason I say that is I do get the feeling that during the month of July, there was a hell of a lot of downtime, no real new releases at all in the month of July, and therefore I was forced to find things to do to fill the time and fill the content. And some people like retro games, some people don't. And so, you know, doing things like a Spider-Man marathon, which are all old Spider-Man games, a Batman marathon, you know, the Mega Man X marathon. A lot of people were, or in the Digital Pictures marathon, of course, I almost forgot about that. Some people didn't enjoy it, and, you know, the views definitely show that. There were some people who did enjoy that stuff, but it wasn't the entire viewing audience. And I apologize for that. As I've said numerous times already, over the past month, if these game companies would fucking wisen up, they would have released new games during July when everyone is either, you know, you're on vacation from school, you're on break from college during that time period. Infamously in the summer, people who play video games are home. There's absolutely no reason not to release new games then. They probably would be pretty decent sellers if they released big games then. But the thing is, all these companies now want to release their games in the fourth quarter because they know that it's like a build-up to Christmas. What they don't understand is they're all undercutting each other because how many games realistically are you going to get for Christmas? You know what I mean? So yeah, sure, you can ask for 3 or 4 games, but if there's 12 games coming out within a 2-month period that you want, chances are you can't get them all. Maybe if it was earlier in the year, during the summer, you could have had some money saved up. Maybe it's your birthday, maybe it's a holiday, and you could have got one then and then one at Christmas rather than them all coming out at the same fucking time. But they're idiots. These fucking gaming, whoever does the marketing or whoever does the release dates for these games are fucking morons. They don't know what they're doing, so we have a dead summer, completely dead summer. So I appreciate if you did tune in during the month of July. If not, rest assured, the month of August is going to be much, much different, as we're going to talk about a little bit. So anyway, this week I started the Grand Theft Auto Marathon. So this is Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and San Andreas all on the PlayStation 2, okay? Grand Theft Auto 3, I enjoyed a lot. It did have a lot of rage-inducing moments because it was the first installment in the Grand Theft Auto series. Had a lot of problems, such as requiring you to repeatedly drive to contacts to re-get missions if you fail the first time. Really frustrating. And then, of course, at the end of the game, you need $500,000, which I didn't know, but luckily I was very close to it by the end of the game. But yeah, very frustrating, but it's the first iteration of this series as it evolved over the 2000s. And you could definitely see by the time Grand Theft Auto 4 came out how much the series had changed and how much they'd improved. So, I played Grand Theft Auto 3 for the first time, and I actually did beat it. I actually beat the entire game except for the final mission without cheating. Which a lot of people were like, that's great. Other people were like, it doesn't matter, you should have cheated during the playthrough, we don't care. Other people were mad at me for cheating on the final mission because I didn't want to repeatedly play the damn thing for hours on end until I finally beat it. It is notoriously difficult. Well, I apologize for that, but it is what it is. I wanted to move on to Vice City, which a lot of people were asking me for, and so that's what I did. So the past few days I've been playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City. And I'll openly admit, the game is frustrating me a bit because it seems to me that some of the missions are just like kind of ridiculous at times, and it's to the point where like a perfect example of this is this mission where you're supposed to create chaos and there's a chaos meter. They don't tell you what you're supposed to do, they don't really explain it, and the easiest way to win the mission is to actually abuse the way that they want you to do it. So what you're really supposed to do is shoot people, shoot cars, shoot cops and stuff, and survive within a 2-minute period, fill up the chaos meter. But that's the thing, there's also a 2-minute period. It would be fun if there was no timer, if you just had to fill the meter. So you could drive around trying to evade the cops, but also getting kills and wreaking destruction, and you would basically have a chance to survive. No, you have to do it within 2 minutes because these assholes decided to design the mission like that. So now you have to try to find ways to rush through it, which makes it not fucking fun. And I ended up beating the mission by shooting the same car for 2 minutes. Yeah, that's right. The game is so poorly programmed for this mission that you can just shoot the same car that exploded and get credit for it and win this mission. It's completely asinine and stupid. But that's what I mean. I hate the fact that there's missions like that in this game. There really weren't missions like that in Grand Theft Auto 3. Yeah, they were hard, but they worked. You know what I mean? Like, you knew how to do, you could figure out how to do it. It was hard, but there was a definitive way to do it. Here it's like, how the fuck would I have ever known that really the way to beat that stage is to shoot the same car? It makes no fucking sense. And that's what I'm disliking about the game. I love the design, the atmosphere. I think the graphics are better and more colorful than the Grand Theft Auto 3's were. The music is much better. I'm liking the voice acting, the characters, everything, the story. It's just some of these missions were designed to be too difficult. You know, forcing me to do first-person shooter gameplay on a PlayStation-style pad, for, you know, from a game that was made in 2002, before first-person shooters were really optimized for gamepads. It's horrendous. You're trying to aim and the fucking targets going all over the place like this, and you're getting shot to death, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's very frustrating. So that's what I'm frustrated about, okay? I know a lot of people are seeing me rage and complain as I play the game. It's not that I'm not enjoying it, it's that I'm frustrated that there are these parts that definitely could have been improved. And also, game bugs. There are a ton of game bugs in Vice City. I think I've experienced something like 5 definitive game bugs that made me fail missions and have to replay them since I started Vice City. That's frustrating because I'm investing time in this game, I want to beat this game, and having to repeatedly play the same mission that should be able to be beaten in 5 minutes, and I have to spend 30 minutes on it, is a fucking waste of your and my time. And that's why I'm getting frustrated when I'm playing the game, okay? I just wanted to clarify that. I didn't want to give the wrong impressions to anyone that I wasn't enjoying the game or that, you know, I was going to rage quit. No, I like the game. I'm just really angry that there's these glaring flaws in the game design in a lot of cases, and if they had just done a little tweak here or there, it could have been fixed. So I'm going to continue Vice City. As you know, as of now, I believe I have, I have over 60 parts, I believe. Around 60 parts are live, and so I'm going to try to, my goal is to beat it Monday. I don't see why I wouldn't, especially if I have time to play another 30 parts, which I should. I don't see why I wouldn't beat the game on Monday, okay? So that's the goal. So now what's coming this week? Well, actually, there's one other thing I want to mention. On Saturday, John Rambo did come over. We did do a new episode of Smart Guys, and we did the full co-op playthrough of Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles, which was redone in HD for the PlayStation 3. We unlocked some of the hidden missions, because there's 9 story-based missions that we played full co-op in. Then I played 4 single-player Wesker missions, but he did commentary with me. And then John played 2 single-player Rebecca missions, and I did co-commentary with him. And then that unlocked the final 3 co-op stages, which we also played. So it's 32 or 30-something parts. It's live. Definitely check it out. I think it's entertaining, especially if you are a fan of the classic Resident Evil games. You know, 0, 1, 2, 3. This is right up your alley because it totally retraces the plot of those games and even adds to it and gives supplemental content. And it's really neat to see these characters and locations be rendered in HD for the first time. Because keep in mind, before this came out for PlayStation 3, this was all the Wii. And so now that it's in full 1080p, it looks really sweet. So if you're a Resident Evil fan, that's kind of like a must-see in my opinion. So, what's going to come this week? What's happening this week? Monday, my objective, beat Vice City, okay? Tuesday, we got 2 things going on. Number 1, Persona 4 Arena comes out, which is the Persona-based fighting game. I believe it's made by Arc Systems, who are the people who made Guilty Gear, BlazBlue. Well, it's going to obviously be a fighting game of that same style. A little bit of a bummer for me because I don't know the Persona characters. I never played Persona 4. I feel that if I had played that game or I knew the story or whatever, that maybe I would like the game more, but I'm going to give the game a try. That footage is going to go over on DSP Street Fighter. While at the same time, part of the day is going to be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and that's going to be all week. You're going to see some Persona 4 Arena gameplay over on DSP Street Fighter, while at the same time here on DSPGaming you see Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Okay, so I wanted to clarify that for everyone. A lot of people were confused. They were like, what are you going to play this week? We don't understand, because there's no real campaign-style game. There's a fighting game. That's how I'm going to do it. Okay, so that's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Saturday, John Rambo's coming over again for more co-op. And also, we're going to now play a Resident Evil Darkside Chronicles, which is the sequel to Umbrella Chronicles. We're going to do the co-op of that next week. Unless we can coordinate to get people together, because we want to do a 4-player co-op of the Expendables game that came out on PlayStation Network this past week. Expendables 2 actually comes out, I believe it's like August, I want to say 17th, something like that. So we're trying to coordinate getting people together to play this game. We are going to be playing this game in the next couple of weeks, but we have to coordinate it. Right now we're having some difficulties. We couldn't get it together for this past weekend. We're hoping either this next weekend or the weekend after, when the Expendables 2 actually debuts in theaters. So that will be coming, but more than likely it's going to be Darkside Chronicles come Saturday. Then on Sunday, Monday, I'm going to continue with more San Andreas, okay? Persona 4 Arena, I don't want to make any promises to anyone. I'm going to try the game. I'm going to see if I like it. I'm not making any promises that I'm going to master the game and I'm going to do playthroughs with every single character, and I'm going to do the challenge modes with every single character. I actually heard the game has a 30 to 40 hour story mode. Now, what I'm thinking is maybe they're taking the story from the role-playing game and they're incorporating it into a fighting game format, and that's how they're doing it. I don't know. I guess we'll find out when the game comes out on Tuesday. But that being said, I'm probably not going to play a 40-hour campaign of a fighting game. I don't think I've played 40 hours on any fighting game in quite a long time. The last one was probably Street Fighter 4 when I had friends over and we were doing like offline casuals and we were traveling to tournaments. So I'm going to play it, but I don't know definitively how much I'm going to play it. Now, all this could change. Maybe I'm playing it and I love it and I think it's amazing. Then maybe I'll focus more time on it, but I'm not promising that to anyone, okay? Now, the one elephant in the room, I kind of mentioned this in the channel update a couple days ago, but I want to bring it up again so there's a lot of clarity for everyone. Everyone's been wondering what the hell was going on with the Skyrim Dawnguard DLC that came out for Xbox 360 on June 26th and had a 30-day exclusivity window because Microsoft basically bribed Bethesda and got a 30-day window for it. So everyone assumed the DLC was coming out a week or two ago on July 26th. It never did. And everyone was confused, like, why didn't it come out for PC and PlayStation 3? Bethesda made an announcement that they were going to have another announcement later in the week with info, and then apparently their announcement was probably the worst received announcement because they decided to do the announcement at Quakecon, okay? Quakecon. Let me say that again. Quakecon. A convention that started when Quake was the biggest game. We're talking the mid-90s. This convention is by no means, like a convention that everyone who's into gaming pays attention to anymore. But I guess, Quakecon, because it's part id and id Software is with Bethesda, they're under the same parent company. They thought this would be the best event to announce their announcement on the Dawnguard DLC. It completely backfired, because what ended up happening was, the announcement was, well, the PC version is released right now on Steam. To which nobody fucking knew, because guess why? Nobody pays attention to QuakeCon. It's pretty much the same group of dedicated gamers from that era, and it's not like E3, you know what I mean? It's not like some big convention, so it was really confusing. So a lot of people didn't even know that the DLC came out, but it was basically just snuck out last week on Steam. Now the other announcement that week at QuakeCon was, PlayStation 3 version, well, it still doesn't work, so we're just going to keep trying to fix it to make it work for PlayStation 3. So, basically, they don't give a shit. That's pretty much the bottom line. If they cared about the PC version, they would have announced when it was coming out so PC gamers could have been ready to play it. If they cared about the PlayStation 3 version of this DLC, they probably would have put more effort into it and actually got it to fucking work. In the extra 30 fucking days that they had that only Microsoft could play, there's no excuse for it. So, it's silly. It's bad customer support. It's horrendous communication with their customer base. I don't know what they're thinking, but here's the bottom line. I planned a Grand Theft Auto marathon because the Dawnguard DLC did not get released, or did not get announced. That's Bethesda's bad, okay? So, sorry, but I'm not changing all of my plans just because the Dawnguard DLC now suddenly got, surprise released. Fuck that. I'm not a person that's going to have what I do dictated by these companies who think that they can fuck with their consumers. So, I want to play the Dawnguard DLC. I just don't know when I'm going to do it. This next week is going to be jam-packed with San Andreas and Persona 4. I know San Andreas is probably arguably the longest Grand Theft Auto game, and therefore I know it's going to take me a long time to beat it. If I'm playing it, let's say 3-4 hours a day, every day, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Sunday, Monday, you know what I mean? So that's, what, 5, 6, 7 times, let's say 3, 4, so you're talking 20 to 30 hours. I might be able to get through it, but that leaves no time for Dawnguard. The week after, next week, you've got Darksiders 2 and Sleeping Dogs both debuting on the same day. That's right, finally, full new retail games that people want to see are coming out after like a month-and-a-half drought. So, I'm definitely doing those then, and then there's not going to be time for Dawnguard, you know what I mean? So if there's some miracle, if somehow I do beat San Andreas early or whatever, or maybe I just don't like Persona 4 a lot, and I say, well, alright, I'm going to stop playing it, maybe I'll do Dawnguard in place of it. There is a chance that by the time I go on vacation the last week of this month, maybe there'll be a little bit of downtime in there. Maybe I'll beat a game early in a day or two, more quickly than I anticipated, and I'll play the Dawnguard DLC. After I get back from my vacation, that first week of September, also there's some downtime, so there's a possibility I'll do the Dawnguard DLC then. But I'm telling everyone right now, there's no guarantee that I'm doing the Dawnguard DLC this week. Don't fucking ask for it, because I know, once again, you're going to see tweets, Phil, the Dawnguard DLC is out. Phil, you playing the Dawnguard DLC? Phil, what's this Grand Theft Auto? I want Dawnguard. Well, fuck it. Go complain to fucking Bethesda for fucking up the release and thinking that it's a joke, basically, and not treating their customers with respect, and just releasing it like assholes without telling anyone. It fucked over my schedule, and that's nothing that I can do about it. I made my own plans. I'm going by my own plans. Bethesda can wait. It's that simple. That's really my attitude at this point. They can wait. Since they fucked with me, I'm in no rush to play their DLC. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love Skyrim. It was my favorite game of last year. I'm not trying to naysay the game developers, but whoever makes these decisions that, oh, Microsoft gets a 30-day window, and oh, we're just going to sneakily release the PC version, like, you're fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You don't deserve to have that power. You don't deserve to be in power. It's that simple. You don't understand the gaming culture. You don't understand the business model. You don't understand anything. All you did, you took a quick payday with Microsoft, and now you're getting fucked for it. Because I would almost guarantee you that the PlayStation 3 people who bought Skyrim are so infuriated that when that Dawnguard DLC does come out, they're probably not going to buy it now. And a lot of the PC users were furious because of the way you released it, and they're probably not going to buy it now. So congratulations, you took your payday and you fucked yourself. Have a nice day, execs at Bethesda. Okay, that's enough of my Bethesda rant. Alright, so, just as a summary, what's coming up? Conclusion of Vice City on Monday, Persona 4 Arena on DSP Street Fighter you'll see starting on Tuesday, in addition to San Andreas footage, which you'll see here on DSPGaming. That'll continue throughout the week. On Saturday, John Rambo will be over for Smart Guys Co-op, and more than likely Darkside Chronicles, unless, fingers crossed, some miracle happens and we're actually able to make things come together and we get to play Expendables 2. I don't know yet. And then more Persona 4 and or San Andreas on Sunday, Monday, leading into next week, which is going to be a big week with 2 major retail releases that everyone's waiting to see, and I'm excited for it. So, thanks for tuning into the weekend preview. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope it was informative. I will see you guys for new gameplay this week. I'm Darkside Phil. Peace out.